Hi guys, James from TBG, and it's time for something different. With all this talk about Indomitus and obviously all the new Marine stuff they're showing, all the new Necron stuff they're showing, there's a lot of people, and I know I'm one of them, who are getting a touch fatigued with the constant bombarding of Primaris. Now, it's clearly obvious that Games Workshop are in the process of rebranding Space Marines from top to bottom, and we'll probably find that very soon, in the next few years, the classic Marines will be relegated to probably legendary status. In other words, only used in friendly games, etc. Which is a shame. Because they are a very popular faction, and there's a number of factions within the Space Marines that have specific normal Marine units like Space Wolves and Blood Angels and Dark Angels and Black Templars. They all have classic Marine units such as Blood Claws, Death Company, Sanguine Regard, Deathwing Terminators, the Raven Wing, Crusader Squads. The list goes on. So Games Workshop will be very clever and very careful about how they deal with that. Now, you're probably looking at this going, why is he talking about Loyalist Space Marines? There's clearly Chaos Marines in front of him. That's my point. I did want to get the Marine side of Indomitus. Now I'm not too bothered. And I thought, let's try something different. Let's do something else. I've always had a little bit of a hankering for Chaos, and I've got 3 favourite Chaos Legions. Those of you who know, and if you are, if you notice the back, I have repurposed one of the models from that army, which is my Death Guard. World Eaters. I love World Eaters purely because of Khan's story from the Heresy. If you haven't picked up any of the Heresy books that have Khan in, they are so worth it. Khan is an amazing character. Now he's just a bloodthirsty killer, but if you follow his story, it is very good. The other one, the other legion that I have a soft spot for, are the Night Lords. Not because they are psychopathic killers, not because they use totally different tactics to pretty much any other Chaos Legion, maybe apart from the Alpha Legion. No, it's not because of any of those reasons. It's again because of the story. I am a person who's drawn to the fluff. I know if you've ever read any of Aaron Dembski-Bowden's, I probably murdered his name, Night Lord trilogy, amazing books, and it gives you a different twist on Chaos Space Marines. And also, again, some of the 30k Night Lords model novels, again, some of them written by Aaron Dembski-Bowden. Amazing stuff, and I love the fluff, and also the fact that Night Lords are, on the whole, not bothered by the Chaos Gods. They're just there because they can get to continue to do what they've always done: cause havoc, slaughter the innocents, and kill the followers of the Imperium. So, Night Lords is one I've chosen. And in front of you, this is a 1500 point army. It is actually 1499 points. And it is a Outriders detachment, hence why there's only one HQ, which is that guy right there. But still, in 9th edition, that means I get 9 command points, where in 8th edition, I got 4. Also, I get 1 per turn. command point these. So much healthier command point wise excuse me, than ever was before. So it's far more viable to do these small elite armies with the new command point system. Anyway, so what have we got? Well, we have at the front here a minor kit bash of Harken, World Claimer. That is a power axe from the Chaos Space Marine box. They are spare shoulder pads from the Chaos Space Marine box. The rest is just Harken. And I've kept the Lightning Claw because he's got a relic called, I think it's the Talon of the Night Terror, which basically gives you additional close combat attacks after he's fought. And obviously Chaos Space Marines now get focus, now get Hateful Assault, so they get +1 attack when they charge, are charged, or do heroic intervention. So yeah, and he has his jump pack, and with that I've trimmed the trophy racks on the top because they looked a little too ornate and a little bit too much, so I just trimmed them off the top. Then we have, let's swing the camera over, a unit of 5 Terminators. Now I was really looking forward to this, to building the Terminator box. It's a new sculpt, new everything. I thought, yeah, this is going to be cool. Then when I opened the box, the selection of weapons is very poor. I was expecting, similar to the Loyalist Marine one, there's a sprue, the Loyalist one, there's a sprue with Power Fists, there's a sprue with Chain Fists, there's close combat weapons for the Sergeant, etc, etc. Not with this. The most common items of war gear in this box are Power Fists and Combi Bolters. There's 1 Heavy Flamer, 1 Reaper Autocannon. There's 1 Power Axe, 1 Power Sword, 1 Power Maul, 1 Chain Fist, and 1 Chain Axe. But the listings in the Codex mean it says that anyone can be armed with a Chain Axe, anyone can be armed with a power weapon, anybody, yeah. So in order to do the unit justice, you either need to buy multiple boxes, which are £35 a pop, I wouldn't recommend, or you need to go into bit sellers or eBay, which again could get a bit expensive. So I had to rejig the army list because I had more than 1 Chain Fist and more than 1 Chain Axe, just to balance everything out. But what I did do, because they was this. This is, come on, focus. It's not focusing. Come on. There we go. This is the Power Maul. I've just cut the head off and stuck a chain sword, spare one from the Raptor set, which is basically representing a chain glaive, which is a weapon, if you know Night Lords, very common for 30k Night Lords, and that's representing a chain axe because I just didn't have the points, and also it looks very cool. Anyway, then we have, oh, what's wrong with my camera today? There we go. And then we have 3 units of Raptors. They're there, and they're all armed identically apart from the unit leaders. One's got a Power Fist, one's got a Power Weapon, one's got a Chainsword, and the rest are either, there's 1 Melter Gun, and the rest are Bolt Pistol and Chainswords. Then further back, we have a Chaos Space Marine squad with close combat weapons and a Melter Gun. Then we have 2 Chaos Space Marine squads with bolt guns and plasma gun. Again, a little kit bash on this guy here. Again, because the new Spaceman kit doesn't give you many bolters without two hands on, because everything has two hands on now. Just a little gun swap there. And then at the very back, oh, my camera needs to sort its stuff out. We have a unit of Havocs, which are basically made up from the heavy weapons squad from heavy weapons unit from the I'll come and change the Engaged Brain from the Chaos Space Marine set, not Havoc set. So we have two heavy bolters. Which I really like this guy, because I did really leaning into it. We have a missile launcher. Not too sure about this guy, I'm not too sure about that hand, but the kit doesn't come with enough parts to do one actually holding onto the missile launcher from this side. The Champion, that is a plasma gun from the Raptor set. Again, just cut off a bolt pistol, stuck that on. And then, because I thought it'd be fun, I've got a heavy bolt to do running, because if you know the rules, Havocs actually ignore the penalty for moving and shooting. And then we've got this guy here running with his missile launcher with a chain sword, which I thought clearly represents the Night Lord's propensity for running at people and cutting them up. And then last but not least, I'm going to move that over here, sort out the focus. We have the Leviathan Dreadnought that was in my Death Guard, because I redid the points of my Death Guard, and that Leviathan Dreadnought pushed it probably 150 points over 2k, and I wasn't bothered. So all I did was I popped off the Nurgle symbol there, put a different head in there, added some spikes. When it's repainted, those hangings will be repainted as flayed skin in the style of the Night Lords. And then I had this little guy hiding around, so I did my usual trick with these plastic contemptors, cut off that leg, cut off the joints on the two weapon arms so you can reposition them, and added some spikes and chains from the Chaos Vehicle upgrade sprue that I had lying around. So yeah, that is what I will be working on while I'm waiting for new jobs to arrive, etc, etc, etc. Sorry, my camera's being weird again. So yeah, I'm going to try and start this at some point. Obviously there'll be updates. God, I really can't speak today. There'll be updates as usual. Hopefully I haven't bored you too much. Hopefully my volume has stayed level, as I had a comment recently that said that they couldn't understand me halfway through the video. Fair enough. Anyway, as usual, please check the links in the description. Usual rules apply. Click on them if you don't, click on them if you want to. White Shot Gaming, if it's still there, don't click on it because you'll get nowhere. There's obviously our Patreon and Goblin Gaming and the other sponsors that I can never remember. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time.